In today's stock analysis, we are going to examine the key pillars, look at past results, see what the analysts' predictions are, create a valuation, and review then rate the company. Today we are going to look at E.L.F Beauty, ticker, E.L.F. Let's dive into the process I follow when reviewing whether or not to invest in a company. After I've collected all the financial information, I then analyze what I consider to be the 12 key pillars. These pillars are based on the insights and teachings of the best super investors and what I consider to be the key metrics when evaluating a company. Ideally, we would like to see each of these metrics achieve or exceed a specific target. Companies can earn 1 point for fully meeting the target or 0.5 points for coming within 2% below the target. The first pillar is earnings per share growth. This is where we take the net income and divide it by the shares outstanding. For E.L.F Beauty, earnings per share growth over the past 12 months is minus 23%, which is negative, scoring 0 points. Next, let's look at free cash flow growth, which measures the money a business can generate from its operations. Warren Buffett emphasizes the importance of strong financial health and prefers companies that can generate substantial free cash flow. E.L.F Beauty's free cash flow growth is 359%, far exceeding the 10% target, scoring 1 point. Next, we come to revenue growth, which tells us how good the company is at generating income before deducting expenses. E.L.F Beauty's revenue growth is 25%, exceeding the 10% target, scoring 1 point. Now let's turn to book value growth, calculated by subtracting total liabilities from total assets to indicate equity growth for the company. Phil Town believes book value growth is the most important metric, as it has the interest of the shareholders at heart. E.L.F Beauty's book value growth is 17%, exceeding the 10% target, scoring 1 point. We then assess the management of the business by looking at return on invested capital and return on equity. These measures allow us to evaluate a company's efficiency at allocating capital. For E.L.F Beauty, return on invested capital is 9%, which is 1% below the 10% target, scoring 0.5 points. Return on equity is 13%, exceeding the 10% target, scoring 1 point. Now we move on to debt. Joel Greenblatt prefers companies that are able to pay off debt with their free cash flow within 3 years. E.L.F Beauty's debt would take 1.03 years to pay off, which is well below the target and earns 1 point. With the information we have gathered, it tells us that aspects of their key pillars are solid, but let's explore the company further. Now let's look at the remaining key pillars which help define an excellent business. Let's look at the gross margin, which indicates how much money a company retains after incurring the direct costs of producing its goods or services. This is currently at 72%, exceeding the 40% target, scoring 1 point. Next, we come to the operating profit margin, which tells us how much profit a company makes on $1 of sales after production costs but before interest or tax. Peter Lynch prefers companies with strong operating margins when assessing their financial health and competitive advantage. E.L.F Beauty's operating profit margin is 11%, which is below the desired threshold, scoring 0 points. Free cash flow yield provides a more realistic view of a business's financial health. Terry Smith prefers companies with a free cash flow yield of 5% or higher. E.L.F Beauty's free cash flow yield is 6.53%, exceeding the target, scoring 1 point. Next, we assess the 10-year book value growth as potential shareholders. For E.L.F Beauty, this is 22%, exceeding the 10% target, scoring 1 point. Lastly, Bill Miller believes earnings growth is the biggest indicator of a company's stock price. E.L.F Beauty's 5-year net income growth is 91%, significantly above the target, scoring 1 point. In the description, I have included a link to the investors page and the annual report if you want to check it out for yourself. E.L.F Beauty has demonstrated strong fundamentals over the last 5 years, with impressive revenue growth and profitability improvements. As of today, the stock is trading at about $75. Over the past 6 months, the stock has shown downward momentum, driven by lower than expected demand and sales. However, for the last 5 years their revenue has grown year on year. Looking at the overview, we can see the current market cap is approximately $4.23 billion. They are currently generating $1.3 million in revenue for the trailing 12 months and have 56.4 million shares outstanding. At present, their earnings per share tell us that for each share of stock, the company is generating $1.67. Their price-to-earnings ratio is 44.75, which is higher than the S&P 500 average of 30.63. According to Morningstar, E.L.F Beauty doesn't currently have an economic moat. The overall consensus among analysts is a buy, with a 12-month price target of approximately $124. Analysts are forecasting an average EPS growth rate of 16% over the next 3 years. Let's calculate a valuation. I will use E.L.F Beauty's current earnings per share of $1.71. Combining historical growth rates and future analyst predictions, I estimate an earnings per share growth of 20%. Assigning a forward price-to-earnings ratio of 35, projecting 10 years forward, and applying a desired return rate of 15%, this results in a future stock price of about $371. The current intrinsic value is about $92, with a margin of safety at $68.70. Since the current price of $75 is close to the margin of safety value, this scores a check. It all depends on your personal view and outlook for the company, as well as the return on the investment you would like to see. When reviewing the key pillars, E.L.F Beauty scored 9.5 out of 12, earning a check. Over the last 6 months, the stock has experienced a downward momentum, scoring a cross. Analysts are predicting a growth rate of 16%, scoring a check. The current price matches the margin of safety price, signaling a check. According to Morningstar, E.L.F Beauty hasn't got an economic moat, which scores a cross. My final overall rating is 3 out of 5 stars. While the company demonstrates strong growth potential, the negative sentiment at the moment provides us with a buying opportunity. Thank you for joining me in today's analysis. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights.